Good evening, I'm Lauren Glassbergen for Sandra Bookman.
And I'm Tim Fleischer. The plane, just after taking off for Florida in perfect weather, suddenly plummeted to the ground. Investigators now saying one of the engines apparently failed. Along with 8 passengers, Aaliyah, a young Brooklyn native and a talented singer and actress.
She was on a small plane heading to Florida from the Bahamas, where she was shooting a music video. Investigators say one of the engines apparently failed. They crashed just short of a runway on Abaco Island.
To better understand the factors that contributed to Aaliyah's tragic crash, we need to learn a few things about the airplane that she was flying in. Aaliyah's aircraft was a Cessna 402 Type B, one of 1,384 that were manufactured at the Cessna plant in Wichita, Kansas. These aircraft were considered to be safe as long as certain rules were followed. The first rule was that all carry-on luggage had to be placed in the front storage area in order to help balance the weight of the passengers in the rear. The second rule was that the aircraft was certified to carry only the pilot and no more than 7 passengers for a total of 8 people. The third rule was that as the aircraft was being loaded, the pilot was supposed to add up the weight of the passengers, their baggage, and the total amount of fuel on board to make sure that the aircraft wasn't overloaded. And fourth, only people who are certified by the FAA as commercial pilots and have presented written evidence that proves their capability of piloting commercial aircraft can serve as pilots. As you probably guessed, none of the regulations we mentioned were followed. Beginning with number 1, there was an excess of luggage, which mostly consisted of heavy video gear, and it appeared that the videographers stowed it wherever they could find room. Witnesses on the ground told investigators that the pilot actually got into a heated argument when he tried to stop the videographers from overloading his aircraft, but to no avail.
Today we are tackling weight and balance, which is a topic that can be a little bit complex. What is weight and balance? What does that mean? So on takeoff, it would mean what if we had the CG in the wrong place?
That you may never be able to get off the ground, or that you get off the ground and immediately stall.
Second, the aircraft, which was certified by the FAA to carry a maximum of 8 people, somehow ended up with 9 people on board, 2 of whom were described as weighing about 300 pounds each. Third, the pilot, who'd obviously given up the fight, never bothered to add up the total of the weight that had been added to his aircraft. The result of this was that an aircraft that the manufacturer had limited to a maximum of 1,650 pounds for passengers and baggage had been overloaded by 941 pounds. In their report, the Bahamian Civil Aviation Department determined these root causes of the accident. Number 1, the aircraft exceeded the maximum allowable weight of 6,300 pounds by approximately 941 pounds. Number 2, the aircraft weight was improperly distributed. A witness said 2 of the largest passengers weighed approximately 300 pounds each and were seated in the rear cabin. Number 3, as a result of the improper weight distribution, the aircraft's center of gravity was calculated to be located approximately 4.4 inches behind the aircraft's center of gravity. And number 4, the pilot's qualification to fly the Cessna 402 was questionable. The pilot had falsified many of the aircraft hours received on this type of aircraft.